Hello everybody, it is Reviewer Beware. I actually have a really special one today. A really special video in mind. So actually, there was a surprisingly recent phenomenon that I noticed on the shoe market. So first off, let me give you a little background. I am a very much a basketball junkie. It's something I play outside. I love to take a lot of shots either when I'm having a good day, having a bad day.
Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down, you sing a sad song just
somewhere in between. I just love to get my hoop on, go outside, dribble around, shoot around, play with friends, whether it be full court, whether it be half court, whether it be playing by myself. And here's what I noticed that's interesting, how it relates to Goosebumps. So recently, NBA superstar who actually has not gotten to play this year, I hope he heals up for next year, Kawhi Leonard, who is a two-time champion with two different teams, the San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors, who are obviously Canadian, which most of the Goosebumps show is notably filmed in Canada, which for years led me to believe that R.L. Stine was Canadian as well, although I found out over time that he is not actually. R.L. Stine is actually a Columbus, Ohio product. So there was a collab between Kawhi Leonard and Goosebumps to make a Goosebumps themed shoe under Kawhi Leonard's brand of choice, the New Balance brand. So basically, you have an NBA player trying to make basketball shoes, which there's always going to be a big market for shoes. There's always going to be a big market for basketball shoes. However, the one thing is they usually cost $100+. So was I really willing to invest in some Goosebumps themed shoes in the name of basketball? Well,
yes!
These are the new Goosebumps themed Kawhi Leonard shoes. I kind of want to show it off and have a little talk about them. So first off, you'll see here you got Kawhi in the Goosebumps font on the front of the shoe. And then the letter on the other one, I really love the font work here. This is so cool. And when asked about why he's doing Goosebumps shoes, Kawhi Leonard simply just said he grew up with it. The inside of the shoes, basically what you got is, you can see it peeking out there. It's a little Goosebumps G. And here's the rest of the font right behind. I really like how they're doing very different, like, two font themes to each of these shoes. Kawhi Leonard's NBA number is actually number 2. You have the 2 right here, but on the other shoe, you have the awesome Roman numeral 2s. I really enjoy the green and the orange, which usually sits at the front of the shoe, the back, and the bottom, which reminds me that I did use these to hoop recently, so I really got to clean the bottom. Unfortunately, I had a situation where someone was driving in front of me and they brake checked me, eggs went kablooey in my car, and I had to spend a lot of time cleaning the egg goop off of the shoelaces, but luckily we are all good. I am learning how to take care of my shoes.
I take care of my
shoes. So, the price wasn't too bad. I mean, $160 is expensive, but for a basketball shoe, I've really seen a lot worse. So here's some of my review on the shoes too. First off, the design is beautiful. You can see the orange and green faded out and shaded together on both shoes, which gives it a very Goosebumps Halloween aesthetic. I got these in 11.5 because I'm kind of one of those tweeners who has the mid-sized feet. I had a little problem putting my shoes on in the back because unfortunately I'm very rough with shoes. I could never get a shoes like Vans because unfortunately they would look like total crap and I'd probably tear them up just because I'm big-footed, I walk around a lot, I poke my holes through shoes a lot. So I am only using these either to hoop or in very specific circumstances to show them off. Like today, it's a bit of a sunny, mushy rain. I'm definitely not bringing these out to the court before it rains later. I'm definitely going to use much worn out shoes. So the fronts are super comfortable. My toes have so much room to sit there, especially with all this beauty that's right in front of them. I can sit around cozy with them. Just the schemes at the front of the shoes are super nice. Just this very like mint green and black line scheme along with like tightly put laces. There isn't really an inch of the entire design of the shoes, whether it be the front, the back, or the bottoms like this, where there isn't a very purposeful and really deeply touched design related to the theme of the Goosebumps that all over this shoe. So basically you have these shoes where I've noticed that designs are super purposeful, and there's actually images out there of R.L. Stein holding on to these, by the way, the man himself. I'm still trying to break in on the sides because with basketball shoes, the break-in part, like you got breaking your shoes, is harder than most. So I'm still trying to get a feel for the wides and the insides. But for any hoopers out there, I can confirm how they feel when you play. You get, what I really like is if you're, say, a post player, a shooter, or you need specific landing spots, these shoes have a comfortable weight to them in the bottom that you can just sit tight on and not worry about your ankles giving out. They're very solid and compact. The sides of the shoes still need a little more time to break in, so you might feel a little ting at the side of the hoop early, but ankle protection, these things go super deep in protecting your ankles, and you're very comfortable at the very tight, compact heels. So basically, you have shoes that, besides the fact the design is absolutely gorgeous, just I am loving the way they designed the like neon Goosebumps green on these shoes. They played around so well with the fonts. I absolutely think the highlight of the shoes is the Kawhi Leonard font in the front with the Goosebumps theme. So basically, for anyone who's looking for a good basketball shoe or a good Goosebumps themed novelty product, I would say this is an absolute buy. You can either pay in full whenever you go get them off the New Balance website, or you can break into payment plans. Try not to wait too long to buy these, because I noticed with the shoe market, someone's gonna come in and up the price as we get deeper into it and people buy more and more. And scalpers are always afoot. They are the creeps. They are antagonists. They are not bumping. But for anyone who's looking for a nice basketball shoe, I absolutely recommend these, especially because of the amount of protection at the bottom to go along with the really sleek design. So this is my little take on the recent Kawhi Leonard Goosebumps experiment. And I honestly think a lot of basketball players should do more things like this. I love when hoopers get really creative and imaginative with their basketball designs. And this is definitely something that I think more avenues should be pursued. So I absolutely love these, along with the Goosebumps sweatshirt you see me in a few videos, because I've noticed something. Goosebumps brings it in terms of brand and merchandise, and I'm glad Kawhi Leonard hopped on this train and had an eye for it. And 160, again, for a basketball shoe, I've heard worse. There's some that go up in the high 200s. So I think this is a neat little collab, especially for a franchise and a brand that seems to have a penchant for really good merch. The new Goosebumps themed Kawhi Leonard New Balances, I absolutely recommend. Have a bumpin' afternoon. Enjoy your summer. Get to the courts.
These shits rule. These shits suck.